one day sets sail from lands afar, hails Paul, our wandering troubadour, his quest to look both high and low and ease the stirring in his soul. Equipped with a pack and guitar of 6 strings, the open seas promised much better things. His stomach was knotted, his head aflight, for he knew not what would set his life right. On the boat he battled a twinge of remorse. Would leaving all behind be the better course?
Our hero tumbled to the sand. Oh, what strange sounds! What a distant land! His stomach empty, his head heavy like lead. But how to express that he needed a bed? A native approached from out of the throngs. I will be your guide. I will teach you our tongue. There is only one thing you must tell in return, a tale of your customs from which I can learn. Though this exchange bore language and erudition, 'twas not yet fulfilled our hero's mission.
His stomach cried out, unfilled from the journey, so young Paul made haste to get hold of some money. His clothes were ragged, his guitar needed stringing, and few coins remained in his pocket still clinking. He spotted some gypsies playing street games of luck. With quick mind and sharp skills, he'd make a fast buck. But like many before him, he fell prey to the witches, who took what remained of his dwindling riches. Though wiser he'd grown to the tricks of the wrist, 'twas not fortune come easy the key to his bliss.
With new friends in tow, an adventure was sought, where the totem poles burn and the fires rage hot. In the caravan forth, a plan was devised. The ale shall flow, we will see the sun rise. The setting sun bore pagan rites and dance, with Paul swept along in the collective trance. The revelers swayed neath the sky all aglow. With the fluttering ashes, it was then time to go. Though spirits lifted and head fuzzy with glee, the debaucherous night would not set him free.
Tired and frazzled and in resignation, the troubadour needed to take a vacation towards the crystal seas and silken sand of the sun-scorched shores of his adopted land. I'll be a golden god, I'll be beautiful and fit in. Yet all plans were derailed by his so fair complexion. Crimson and crispy he moped in the shade, while the others around him frolicked and played. Though lifted by gull songs and the beat of waves roll, 'twas just not enough to still his soul.
From the mountain tops, a siren song. Would a woman's touch right all that was wrong? So our string strummer departed with heart alight, in search of true love and a future bright. What sounded once sweet turned to cackling and howling, as the banshees descended for some lusty prowling. Their hair static and wild, their gnarled teeth bared. No man was left standing, no mortal spared. With the visions of romance thrust into retreat, the wrong woman's love would not make him complete.
On the rebound now, with his heart slowly mending, our musician took up the old trade of bartending. I will make people merry, I will tend to their pints. Too tiring is the day, I will turn to the nights. So he found an old alehouse with sign, work for pay. Started filling up glasses to wash sorrows away. But alas, 'neath the stench of stale beer and rum sours, were only smashed glasses, poor pay, and long hours. While he gained those loose friendships born late in the night, A life pouring spirits would not make his soul right.
After much arduous toil and low civilization, the troubadour deserved some appreciation. In the theater he'd triumph, on the stage he'd find fame. Hear applause, hear bravos, hear folks calling his name. Yet despite his emoting, his dramatics and acting, he couldn't help feel that still something was lacking. While his stage self feigned love and passionate kisses, offstage these feelings remained nothing but wishes. Though he relished the public's adoration and squealing, when the curtain came down, with it came that old feeling.
Through all this soul-searching, one thing had been lost. My music, he cried, I must play at all cost. And what's more, I will seek a wise master to guide me, to help with my strumming, my notes, and my melody. Guitar in his hands, long-haired guru in tow, in a mountain retreat the notes started to flow. Each night round the fire, fingers tattered and bleeding, our troubadour thought, 'tis these songs I've been needing. Though his art was refined and his instrument sang, 'twas still a piece missing, in his heart still a pang.
With the onset of autumn, summer days at their end, the time came to give thanks to the gods and to friends. The troubadour gathered his most valued mates. For a feast in the forest, they filled glasses and plates. A fowl to roast, sweet tarts to be relished, sung rounds by the hearth, told stories embellished. Late into the night they hooted and horned, and awoke to the beauty of a snow-dusted morn. The troubadour looked round and saw all hopes fulfilled, but that darn soul of his just wouldn't be stilled.
Well fed and well rested, the troubadour debated as he sat in the shade, will I ever be sated? While picking his tune, desperation drew near, when out of the blue a voice tickled his ear. He heard couplets and rhyming and verse full of wisdom that magically danced to the beat of his rhythm. He sprung to his feet, he just could not resist, when who should he spot but a fair sonetist? Though he knew not her story, he cared not her ruse, 'twas certain that this was at long last his muse.
He approached the strange beauty from whose lips sweet words sang. "O kind poet, who are you? I must know your name." "They call me Vanessa, I spin stanzas like thread. As I sat here rhymes flowing, your tune turned my head. Like you, I've been wandering in search of a flame. I've sought fortune and friendship, adventure and fame. But my soul's not stopped yearning, my thirst's not abated. You're the key to my lock, it's for you I have waited." As soon as her words to his tune had been woven, the search was completed, the spell magically broken.
So as one they set off, now united forever, content to have finally uncovered their treasure. And over the lands, through the years they would roam, he at last with his lyrics, and she with her song.